Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, back at the dacha, and also the new dacha that we purchased. And what do I have in my hand here? Well, I got a little bit of ribbon, and I'm going to be doing light duty work today because my thumb still is blistered up, so can't really do any strenuous work. So what I decided to do is walk around and mark the shrubs and the trees that need to be cut. The cutting part is easy, so it's just with snips and just pulling everything away. So I'm going to show you what I am going to attempt to cut down today, and I've already marked all the bushes. So let's go and take a look. This one right here is going to be gone. So there it is. Got my little ribbon on here. So I got to cut it and remove it. And moving along, right here, this plum tree is also going to be gone. And what do we got over here? This right here, gone. Got to move it. This right here, I need to trim it. Got to make it look much, much better. And oh yeah, let's go this way. There are two bushes over here. This one on the left, this one on the right. So I already marked them off. Right here and right here. So I got to cut them down. And I got to remove this. Want to open this up so that it is much easier to access this area. All right, let's go to the far end now. So this is day 2, or my second trip out here, of working on this newly acquired piece of property. So whatever I can get done, that's great. That's that much less to do next time. I mean, check this out. This was last time right here, and everything is getting cleared up. What do we got here? Oh, this right here, this tree, gonna remove it, and eventually all this right here, these branches. So the owners, any of the branches that they had, instead of burning it, they were just throwing it off to the side against the wall, and in my opinion, it looks like a mess. So I am going to be hauling it away, and once the weather cools down, and if it's going to be kind of like a rainy day, that's going to be the perfect day to burn everything inside my burning barrel. All right, let's go to work. So everything is marked off. I don't know if I'll get everything completed, but it'll be a good attempt. And I know it's going to look much better than when I arrived here. So I can look back and say, wow, this is done, this is done. And it's like scaffolding. You know, each day we'll be building from the previous day, and it'll look so much better. All right, so let's change the jacket here. I need to put on the work jacket. I don't know, I might not even wear a jacket because the temperature is quite warm. Let's take a look at the thermometer and actually see how warm is it. Well, there it is, 20 degrees Celsius. So it's 20 degrees right now, but the weather forecast today said that it's going to get to a high of 23. So we can expect it to be a little bit warmer, but perfect fall working temperature. Check that out behind me. The lilac is already, you know, starting to turn yellow. And these trees are still kind of green and yellow, but I'm sure probably by next week everything is going to be going yellow. Oh, check the hostas out. Even the hostas now are getting that little bit of a yellow tinge to them. All right, let's go to work. Well, here it is. Okay, so this is all cut. Now I'll just have to dig out the root that's there. And these berry bushes I thinned out, took all the dry branches that were here, and probably end up leaving them here, and they will grow much healthier now that everything is thinned out. Okay, now what's the next project? Project number 2 is gonna be getting rid of this old sliva, this plum tree. Let's turn the camera around. So I know exactly what this produces every year. So for the last 3 years, because we're right on that side, our property was or is, and I'd look over here and I'd see that there are like 2 or 3 plums on here. This thing is knocked over. So what I want to do is get rid of this. So this is project number 2. Let's start taking it apart.
Завтра в Хабаровске максимум плюс 13. Переменная облачность. Ветер северо-восточный, умеренный. Ближайшей ночью плюс 8.
So while I was taking the break, I was listening to the radio, and the forecast is that it's starting to cool down. Even the nights are going to get down to +8, +6 degrees Celsius. So fall time is definitely here, and got to make sure that I get as much done before it gets really cold, and then I won't be able to work outside. I knocked down part of this lilac bush over here so we can actually get by. So from over there, and we can walk this way to our dacha over there. But the way it was, the branches were over and you kind of had to duck underneath. Now it's much easier to walk through, and that's good. And I will eventually fix this up so it'll be a path that will end up going that way. And over here, I was knocking these bushes down. So get rid of them so this will be more opened up now. I'm still going to have to end up digging that out, and I still got to cut that down and then dig that out so that there will be more open space going that way. This old plum tree that was here, I cut it off, and I'll take the chainsaw and I'll cut that, and then I'll be able to dig out the stump. I also trimmed this up over here. The branches were going up towards the roof of the shed. So now it's going to keep growing straight up. Plus I trimmed a few of those berry bushes right there. There were some old limbs, just pulled them out. And this right here, had to trim this up. And this one I'm still working on it. You could see right there, I still got to cut all that. And this sliva, this plum tree right here, this one was just really thorny and growing in. It just needs a haircut, basically. So this is the second wheelbarrow load right here that I am taking out, making it look much better. I'll still have to trim it up some more, but it's definitely looking better than what it was earlier. So there it is, cleaning it up, making it look nice. This burn pile is getting much bigger. So all this was brought in from the new territory over there. And probably later on this week, if I get a chance to come out here, I'm gonna run it through the burn barrel here, and everything will be clean. I mean, I could burn it right over here, but then I'll have so much ash. And I don't know, it's just much cleaner to run it through there. And I don't know, it's just much easier to, you know, do a nice clean job. I'm saving these bigger branches over here. I'm going to cut them up and use them up for firewood. So I'm not going to run them through the burn barrel. So yeah, they're fairly thick. And I figure, you know, what's the point of putting them in the burn barrel when I can put them into the stove when I'm working here in the wintertime. So I'm only saving just the thicker ones. And then I'll use Mad Max over here and I'll cut them to length. So I spent a little bit more time on the plum tree here and cleaned it up a bit more, so it's looking much better. And as for this one right over here, I took a little bit more of a deep dive and I cut down a branch that was right over here. It was pretty much dead. So I still have a little bit more to go. I still got that right there to do. But for the most part, I am done. And right over here, this is 2 wheelbarrow loads that just came out of this tree here and that tree right over there. It's come to that time that I got to start packing up and I got to go. There's still probably another 30-40 minutes of daylight before it starts getting really dark. But while there is a daylight, I figured I'd take the opportunity and make a video out here instead of standing under a light bulb in the shop. So today was a light duty day because I still got a sore finger from that blister. And I did manage to do a lot, even though it was kind of a slow day. The old owners came over, and that slowed me down by about an hour. They just came to pick up some stuff, and I was working here, and they were walking around and looking and going, "Oh my God, you're cleaning it up." I'm like, "Yeah, I got to get as much done before the weather turns cold and then rain and then snow." Anyways, so they did leave some stuff and for making paving stones. So when the guy was showing me, how to actually do it, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna forget everything. Can I videotape it? And he's like, yeah, okay. So I took some video footage, but it's all in Russian. So I'm gonna put it right at the end of this video, and you guys can check it out and see this really cool jig that he made. And he explains in Russian how to actually open it up and set it up and pour your concrete, and 12 hours later you can take it apart and there's a paving stone. So looks like I got myself a paving stone maker that comes along with this property. I think that's pretty cool. Like that old saying, slow and steady wins the race. Well, slow and steady, that's exactly what I'm doing, and I'm winning my own race. I'm not against anybody. I'm just challenging myself to see how much I can actually complete before the snow flies. Anyways, I gotta get going. So like I always say at the end of all my videos, leave a comment if you think that there's something that you would like to mention, or just ask a question. If you're not a subscriber, hey, help grow my YouTube channel and subscribe. You can also hit that notification bell so that when I do upload a video, you'll be notified with a little ding, ding, ding. And that's that. Okay, until the next video, like I always say at the end, пока, пока. Okay, so this is for making paving stones. Okay. Okay, so you unscrew. Okay. Okay, take the bolts off.
Ну, показать.
Показать, что это тогда я снимаю, тогда я буду знать, как делать, то забуду.
And last bolt.
Ага, last bolt.
Вы ему звоните, он поможет. Он любит.
А я буду смотреть на видео.
Вот.
Окей.
И все.
Вот окей, да.
То есть вот это вот остается.
Остается, да.
Потом вот сюда вот
Окей.
болты поставили.
Да.
Полиэтилен.
Окей.
Полиэтилен уложили.
Окей.
Полиэтилен уложили.
Ага.
Сюда наложили.
Цемент.
Цемент.
Да.
Цемент и закрыли.
Ага.
12 часов.
12 hours.
10 часов.
10-12 hours.
10 часов разболтили.
Ага.
Разболтили эту в сторону, и она вышла.
И она вышла.
Окей.
И это твой дизайн?
Да.
Okay.
Слышишь?
Cool.
Сколько песка, сколько
Сейчас.
чего.
Okay, so now the portions. What is the mixture ratio?
Оп.
Okay.
Песок.
Ага, sand,
Песок.
concrete, цемент.
Цемент. И
Мешаешь?
мешаешь воды.
Ага, water, yeah.
И вот он объем
Okay.
на
Sand,
все.
concrete, mix it with the water.
Все,
Okay.
вот весь объем и получается вот такая вот штуковина.
Да. И один в день можно делать. Окей.
2 в сутки.
2 в сутки.
2 в сутки. То есть эти две снимаются и переставляются на другую платформу. То есть отсюда сняли,
Ага.
отсюда сняли, вот сюда поставили. И все. И вторая осталась, а здесь досыхает.
О, окей. Окей.
То есть точно так же вот эти вот болты откручиваются,
Ага.
и сюда ставится, и вторая ставится.
Окей, so можно делать 2 в день.
2 в день.
Окей. Окей. Cool.
Я эту не
А
использовал.
на мешок цемент сколько выйдет этих? Если покупишь один мешок, пакет цемент, сколько можно намешать этих?
Этих 6, и вот это вот все, и 6 плиток, это 3 мешка цемента.
Окей. Окей.
Ну, а с одного мешка тебя
Ну здесь сколько? Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15 и 6, 20, 20 плиток с 3 мешков.
Окей.
Порцию я пропорцию очень тяжелую делаю, поэтому можно ее увеличить, можно выход 9-10 сделать, если количество цемента понизить и добавить сюда щебня.
Мгм.